Do-do-do-do, it's Chemdork.
Hello everyone, this is Chemdork, and welcome to another episode of Season 3 of my Buildcraft, where we play Minecraft with the mods Buildcraft, Railcraft, and Forestry. Well, welcome back guys, and I am digging, like you do in Minecraft. Where are we, by the way? Well, we are in the main base. We're right here. It's not very far at all from the main base, right? We're just digging over here. There's no reason why. Of course there's a reason why. Why are we digging, you might ask? Well, what we're going to find here when we dig through, finally, is exactly what we're working on in this episode. And that is, the tree farm. So this is what we built in last episode, if you weren't with us. So in how this works is, well, you can kind of see it working right now. Right over here, these are mining wells, and this is a mining well tree farm. It operates based on mining wells, one of the oldest blocks in Buildcraft, and one that I really haven't used much at all. Now, if you paid attention in last episode, you might say, Chemdork, this is a lot bigger than I remember it, and you'd be right, because I am adding a second portion. It's now, instead of 12 mining wells, we're using 24, because why not? And this should give us more throughput. I don't have this set up yet because we still need to do that. How it basically works here, and just to go through it again, when the sapling grows, this turns into a block. It allows redstone current to pass through, which turns on the mining well, and we mine out the tree. And then by mining out the tree, this turns the block of wood into not a block anymore, and the redstone current shuts itself off, which then basically shuts off the mining well. So it has an automatic on-off, which is really kind of simple in principle. And then we reset the whole thing with a builder, and that's sitting over here. So this obviously can't sit over here later. We're going to have to move it because it can't sit in the middle. So it's going to need to be at one of the corners. I'm probably going to move it to be over here. So we're going to do that in this episode just to accommodate the second tree farm area. But what we also will do is make an automated way of resetting this thing, so I never have to be here other than to say, is it on or off? And then we're also going to need to set up the picker robots, because we need to pick up the saplings as they fall. And right now, my pickers in my main base actually reach over here and pick up saplings. But that's not really good, because the picker robot area is right there. He's actually going to drop off items right there. You can kind of see the block way over there. I don't want the picker robots to drop off items there. I want them to drop them off here. So even though I did set up a station right here, so that picker robots could drop off saplings, this doesn't work unless you have the load and unload area for those picker robots to be right here. So, anyways, we're going to do a lot of things in this episode, and even if there is time for that, afterwards we're going to do some coal processing, because the whole point was that these logs are for not just making wood, but making wood for the purposes of coal, and then the other purpose was to use it for wood processing in my main base. So we may not get to the wood processing part in this episode, and truth be told, I may actually do that not even on camera, because it's stuff that we've kind of done before. So even though it is kind of complicated potentially, it's stuff we have done before, so we don't need to go over it again. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go to bed here in Minecraft and get some stuff together, and we'll get going on the things we're doing in the tree farm. All right, see you in a moment. All right, we're just about ready here. So I have the area defined. We're going to move this builder, but we have to be pretty quick, because right now we have the saplings all ready. We want to make sure that these saplings don't grow into trees while we do this. So I actually had thought that this was probably going to be the... And before I do this, I definitely want to put these blocks of dirt back in place, because in the final setting here, we want all these pieces of dirt back in place. So I just have these few pieces right there, and hopefully none of these trees grow in the time it takes for me to set up this blueprint. So there's the tree farm blueprint. We're going to call it again tree farm. We're going to keep excavate on, and we're going to write it. And there it is. Okay, so that's the new tree farm blueprint. All right, we're good. None of the trees grew. That's good. We don't want them to at this point. Fell down. Okay, so now at this point, the builder is going to go there. And now, the builder, we have to specify, of course, we have to give it one of each one of these things. Remember, this was the sort of problem from before that was a little odd. We needed to give it every one of these items. And yeah, now I have glowstone in here, by the way. So I'm going to go ahead and set some of that up. I'm also going to set up the way in which we're going to reintroduce the blueprint back into the builder to be able to reset it, and we'll be right back. I had a little snafu, but fixed it and it was all right. You might notice that this is now cobblestone. Before it was these lime wood planks. I couldn't use them though because I realized a little too late that the builder actually didn't recognize them. So that meant to the builder and in that blueprint, these blocks were just empty. So it actually would remove these blocks instead of keeping them and maintaining them in the blueprint. So I had to switch to something that Buildcraft does recognize, which is just the vanilla Minecraft, cobblestone. And it works. It's just a little cobblestone path here. I'll probably start it here, actually. But anyways, it's no big deal. Now it's all set up, and a lot of trees have grown. And what's more is that we're getting wood, and that's great. That's pretty cool. So I'll show you in a minute kind of how it works with items and everything, and we'll go down and see that. But for now, let's have this thing reset. So you'll notice this has a blue pipe wire, and oh wait, yes, I have to change this. So this needs to be changed to, yeah, it needs to be changed to one of these. Because when it gets a blue pipe signal, I want this to, it's just going to do an energy pulsar. And then this is set to only pull out the blueprint so that when the builder is done, it moves the blueprint from here to here, and then it pulls out the blueprint from this inventory. So I have this set up to this button, which is sending the blue pipe signal there and all the way around, and it goes to there. So let's just do that. As you see, it's pulling it out. We should see it in a minute. Yeah, we should see it. It is there. Hold on, wait. Yeah, there it is. You can kind of see the edge. And now it's back and should be resetting things. There it goes. Okay. Ooh, I was like, wait a minute. That's really cool the way it does it. So it has to destroy all of the mining well blocks. And if you didn't pay attention to last episode, this is how it works. Every now and then it's got a reset. And as it resets, it removes those blocks, and then here come the saplings. Here come the saplings. And the dirt. You might notice the dirt is also coming. Critically, the dirt is always placed first, so that's good. Now all I have to do is have something pick this up. So this picker robot is really being very nice and helpful. But like I was mentioning before, they are not really helpful because in the end, they move the items way back over there, and it does not return to the farm. So I need a picker robot to return the items to the farm, which means I have to specify that the picker robot has to work in this area, not in that area. And then I also have to specify that my picker robots over there don't work in this tree farm. So to do that, let's just use the good old zone planner. We'll smack it down, boom, right there. I have already a tree farm location, so I'm going to load it up and you'll see, let's not have it in black, let's have it in lovely yellow. So you'll see I already specified tree farm is here. So I just want the picker robot to, because here's my little tree farm, is just going to work in this area. So this is already going to be the location for our little picker robot, which we have right here. So it's real easy to set this up. This is going to be pretty simple. I might have a way of shutting him on and off, but for now, this seems to be a great location because the picker robot is right here on a power strip, and so he's going to love it. So we'll put him in a docking station right here. We only just need one. I'm pretty sure we don't need any more than one here. And I guess an emerald gate. I don't necessarily need one, I guess. I'm just going to say if it's redstone signal off, that's when he does his job. So he's going to work in area. And then I'm also going to have him set to load and unload in the same area. Because we got to specify where he actually drops off items, which can be different than the place in which they pick them up. But in this case, it's not, so we're just going to have it by default off. If I want to turn him off, I'm going to have to give him a redstone kern or something. But for now, it's pretty good. And now, when I put him down, he'll immediately do his job. And now, oh, he needs a place to drop him off. So at this point, he's going to pick them up, but he won't be able to drop them off anywhere. We are going to drop off in this location. So right on this pipe will be perfect because this is where everything meets up and goes down to be sorted. So we're just going to smack a docking station right on this pipe, and we of course have to set it up so that he can actually use it. Hold on. Let's get a basic gate, I think will be totally fine, which is over here. And we'll set up the logic to do, yeah, we'll just set a basic gate. Whoops. Yeah, and it should only be this robot that uses this, because none of the other picker robots will have a load and unload in this area. So I'm just going to do a basic gate and say if the redstone signal is off, then we're just going to accept items. Yeah, that's it, right? Yep, that's it. Accept items. So there you go. Okay, so now he can... This can be a drop-off point. The robot... Oh, you see our robot over there has stopped working because he doesn't know that it's... he doesn't know that we need to wake him up, basically. Can I wake him up? I think I can wake him up. Hold on, wait. Oh, no, he already woke up. Okay. He checks every now and then, so now he found the location, and now he's going to drop him off. Okay, so this is going to work just great. Yes. Okay, so this works. And then the items go down. All right, cool. So there you go. So there's our robot problem. Our robot problem is pretty much fixed. I say pretty much. Oh, man, it's going really slow. Maybe I'll speed it up, but later on. It's pretty much fixed because the other thing we need to do is set the area in which the other robots work. So we're going to use another map location for that. We'll just use the same one. I will use blue. So the area in blue is going to be where the other robots work. I don't know where I specified before. We're going to just specify the lot, I guess. They can go pretty far, I think. They'll be okay. I think we can do it this way. Like, I think this is not too bad. Here. Yeah, we can have them pick up and work kind of everywhere in my base. That's okay. I actually don't mind. It should be fine. Pickers can have a really large area. Pickers. And we will save that. Yeah, I think that's a little bit larger than it was before, but I believe they can handle it. So I hope so. Otherwise, we'll find pickers just hanging out randomly in other places, as in we will lose them. But that should be okay. Okay, and this should be the way in which we stop our picker robots, which I believe are these. Yeah. So the picker drop-off is going to be the same, but the work in location area is not the picker area. It's going to be the pickers area. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn them off and then turn them on again. And that should reset them, and now they should not, all the other picker robots that I have should not pick up any of the items in the tree farm. The tree farm items should only be like you. That's the last time you're going to go there. Thank you very much, but that's the last time you're going there. And now it's just these items are from the picker robot here. And I believe one is going to be just perfectly fine. He will have tons of work to do because these trees grow pretty often. And so now that's nearly what we wanted to do, but there needs to be a better way to reset this farm. Now again, we can reset it like this. This works great. But I need to have a way of resetting this farm. And that's what we're going to talk about in a little bit now, because we need to figure out how can we automatically reset this farm. We can do it a few different ways. We can do it based on timing, but that's less elegant, and we've done it before on timing. Instead, what I'm going to do is an entirely different way. And so stay tuned after we watch this being destroyed and then replanted for how we're actually going to do that. All right, I'll be right back. Now, those of you who have been with us since Season 1, first of all, you're awesome. Thanks for watching. But second of all, you might remember that there was a tree farm there, of course. We built a tree farm using the filler and builder in Buildcraft. Fillers worked a bit differently back then, so you couldn't really do the same thing now. But yeah, so things worked a bit differently there, but we did have a need for a way to reset the tree farm, and that tree farm, we used an item despawn timer. We could do the same thing here. Oh, hello, Picker. We could do the same thing here, and basically the item despawn timer works on the principle of when you throw an item on the ground in Minecraft, it starts a 5-minute timer. After that timer ends, the item despawns. So if this item was thrown on a pressure plate, it sends a signal out, and then after 5 minutes that signal will go away, and you can use that to control the status of your farm. So yeah, that could totally work. But we're not going to be doing that here, and that's because, well, we have a tree farm that operates a bit differently, and we can use this to our advantage. So how it operates again is we have a redstone signal that's trying to go through, but it cannot. It's blocked because this is a sapling and not a block. When the sapling grows into a tree, it turns into a log, basically here, and that causes a current to pass through. This pipe wire turns on. turns on the mining well, which then turns itself off, but the net effect is turning this pipe wire on and off. And so, hello. And so after every time a tree grows, this signal, we can basically use this signal to count how many trees grow. And that's what we're going to be using to count how many trees grow as the way to decide when to reset the farm. By the way, there is a creeper around here somewhere. I just don't know where he went. He was sitting over there. He might have despawned, but I don't know, so I'm just going to be ready. But anyways, let's go down and like be terrified that there's a creeper around here somewhere. I don't really know. I haven't been able to find him, so I just don't know where he went. But anyways, so I love it down here. It's really cool. But let's go ahead and build a new circuit. We haven't used this before, and I'm going to build it. Oh, there's a repeater over here. So I'm going to build this, and then we're going to talk about how it actually works. But we're going to build it first. This is not my design. It's someone else's design. So I'm going to give a link in the description to see where you can get the original video. But basically, here it is. You put a dropper down, then you put a hopper, shift-click to make them face and kiss each other. And then we use comparators on the back side. So 1, 2. We get some redstone here. Powered redstone from the dropper side. You have a repeater going straight the other way, and then redstone up on this end. And then we use some sort of block over here, redstone on top, and finally a torch right here. Or you can put the torch here, it doesn't really matter. But this torch is the output torch, so when this is on, that's when the signal is being sent. And to decide how many pulses, you just put in this dropper a certain number of items. So we're going to put 4 pieces of wool here. And now let's see how this works. So, all right, so if we power it once, now there's 3 pieces only in here, and there's 1 in the hopper. Power it twice, 2 pieces, and 2 pieces, 3 times. Now, of course, there's only 1 piece and 3 pieces, and then watch what happens on the 4th time. This turns on, turns off, and now there's 4 pieces right back in our dropper and none in the hopper. And so now we can do this again, except pretty quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4 pulses. That turns on and then off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turns on and then off. So that's pretty cool. That's awesome the way it works. But in order to describe how that works, well, let's actually see what happens with the comparator not here in this dropper. Because it kind of should work a bit, right? So when you first think about it, it might be able to work. So the 4 pieces here. The hopper is being held in place by this power. And the reason why this is powered is because there's items in here. So let's just do that. Let's just say 1. Again, there's 3 in there, only 1 in there, so it seems like it's working exactly the same. 2, 3 pulses. Now there's only 1 and 3 in here, so far it's actually exactly the same. And then 4. And you might notice this is a really quick pulse. Okay, so what's going on now? Okay, there's still 3 in here, and there's only 1 in here. And that's because this signal is being sent even though there's items in this hopper. It'd be nice if we could not send this signal when there are items in the hopper. And that's the reason why this comparator is here. Poof. And now, well, now we need to, for reasons that we'll go into in a minute, I need to reset this. Now you notice that this repeater is, now it's on again, and that resetting also reset our thing, so now it should work just fine again. 1, 2, 3, 4, on and off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So this works. But why? Why did that funny way in which it worked happen because this comparator is here? What is this actually doing? Well, in order to do that, in order to talk about, understand that, I should say, we need to go through yet another, we haven't done this in a while, but we need to give another
Redstone lesson of the day.
Yes, and today's redstone lesson of the day is going to be on repeaters and how they kind of work. At least the principle behind repeaters that we haven't talked about before. So if we power repeaters, one side and the other, you see they continue the signal, right? That's kind of their whole point of existing. But what happens when we power this repeater from the side? So let's just power it from the side and now power them again. Well, nothing. It actually doesn't change at all, the effect. That signal doesn't go through the repeater, it just, it stops. So what's going on? In fact, it doesn't actually go through, right? So it doesn't power that repeater. Okay, that's fine. But what happens when we put a repeater here instead? A powered repeater next to another repeater. You notice how this looks different now. And the functionality is also different. So this one keeps continuing the signal, but this one is blocked from doing so because it is being powered from the side. If we get rid of it, goes through as normal again. And if we now power while it's being powered, and then take this away, now it's basically held the signal. So when a repeater is being powered from the side by either a repeater or a comparator, like is in the case over here, it either holds the signal, basically it holds the state of the repeater if you power it from the side by either another repeater or a comparator. It doesn't work if you power it with a torch or you power it with redstone, but only if you power it with a repeater or a comparator. And so that's what this is using over here. So this, even though there are, well, here you go, let's power this again. I'm going to give power here. There is 3 pieces of wool here, but there's also a piece of wool in here, so normally this comparator could be on, but it's being powered from the side. So this is off. It's being powered from the side by a much stronger signal, so that's the principles of comparators, is that this is be off. However, this functions the same if it's in a subtraction or comparison mode. So if we keep on powering this, though, and then we power the last bit, this now turns on, and when it's on, it's blocking this any signal from coming through this repeater. So if we turn this off again, this has items in it, but you notice it blocked any signal while these items were being transferred, and that allows the entire contents of this hopper to transfer over to the dropper, I should say. And when it does so, only then does this comparator allow the signal to go back through. And so it allows all the items to go from this hopper into the dropper once again. So it basically allows the reset to happen here. Without this here, only one item can go through. And so you might have to play with that in order to sort of get it, but that's the general idea. So anyways, I'm going to hook up this, probably in a different location. I'm going to hook up the output here to the blue pipe wire there. And then I'm going to hook up the inputs to basically to all these things, all these pipe wires coming down. And you'll see how I do that in just a moment, and we'll be right back. Here we go. So this is the redstone. It's actually pretty simple, and they're basically all of these now have their red pipe wires going down to a iron ore gate that is set so that there is going to be a redstone signal if either the red pipe signal or the blue pipe signal goes on. So it'll send out a pulse, and that's all connected here. This is an ore, ored together. Everything's kind of ored together. So no matter what, if any signal comes through, it'll come through right here. And then we have this set. I'm going to set it to 10. And the reason why it's 10 is because, well, there's places for 24 of these trees to grow. But one thing you might note is that what about if multiple trees grow at the same time, which does happen. It's only going to send out one signal. So the signals of multiple trees growing at once will eclipse each other and only send out a total of one signal. And that's okay, because that's why we're just setting this to 10 instead of something a little larger. I think this is going to work just fine because, maybe on average 8 actual events of trees could grow, and some are going to be multiple and blah, 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 blah. But anyways, I haven't seen a tree grow yet, so let's make one grow and see if this thing actually works the way it should. So let's see. Oh, actually, one of the trees grew. I don't know if it actually grew right away, right then, or if it grew before that time. But anyways, we're gonna grow one of these. Come on. Ah. Okay. Jeez. Anyway, so one tree and possibly two trees have grown, and even possibly a third if I knew things right. Okay, one tree. So we have one tree, and there you go. And if that happens 10 more times, we'll be able to send a pulse to this blue pipe signal, which is set up to link right up to our reset switch. So I'm not going to grow 10 trees right now because I know it'll work just fine, but there you go. So now this will reset itself automatically. Oh, we have another tree that grew. So that should be 8 in there now, and if I grow this, it'll be 7. Maybe we will grow everything. Come on. I don't think I have enough fertilizer. Come on. Oh, gosh. Jeez. Come on. 7. 6. 5. No. So there should be about 5 signals that have already grown. So let's see. Let's see what this says. There should be 5, possibly more if some are growing right now. We might actually see a signal come through. That would be nice. But either way. Oh, okay, there you go. So there you go. 5 signals pass through. So this works just great. Awesome, awesome. So that's that. Now, the last thing we're going to be doing, because we're probably not going to get to the wood processing, although, like I said, I might do that on my own. The last thing we're going to be doing is setting up coal processing, which is going to be right here. And the reason why is you might have noticed, I haven't actually talked about it, but I set up there's chests over here, and you might have seen them. Those are for coal. Those are going to be for coal. This chest is set up to be for overflow saplings. So actually, saplings go in this chest, and they come out here. So I actually don't think I talked about this, but basically the items come in here. As you see, they are, and this diamond pipe is doing all the sorting. The wood is going out to the red side, and it goes into the chests up there. The other stuff is going out green side, so if it's an apple or just something else that my robot randomly found that is not anything else here, it goes green. Dirt goes this way, and it immediately goes back into the farm. And then this is a gate that's set up so that to make sure that I have some oak saplings, but if I get too many, this thing will hold them because this is set to turn on only when it's requested. Eventually, this chest will get full of saplings, and when that's the case, then the saplings are just going to go out this way, and we'll be able to deal with them then. But for the tree farm, I'm sorry, for the coal processing, we're gonna set up something right here. I'm gonna go ahead and clear out a bit, and then we're gonna talk about how this is gonna actually work in my world. Suffice it to say that we are going to need to turn on processing of charcoal when we need it, and this is where the charcoal is gonna go. So it's all set up to link up down there. So these chests are going to be for charcoal, yeah, we'll talk in just a minute about how we're going to do that, and then we'll close out the episode. All right, so I'll see you in a bit. So for the time we have left in this episode, we're going to set up the making of charcoal and how we're going to be supplying these two chests with charcoal when they need it. So for one, we actually have to set up the logic a bit in here. So we're just going to use one of these gates, and one of these ore gates is fine, these gold ones. And I'm just going to say when it contains less than, we don't need a ton of charcoal at once, so I'm just going to say if it contains less than 25% charcoal, send out a red pipe signal, and when this is red, it will do stuff. It will, basically what we want it to do is we want it to stop collecting wood and start putting some wood over to here, or over to make some charcoal instead. By the way, this thing works beautifully now. The 10 trees have grown, and then it reset itself, and now we're all up to, again, what looks to be about 3 trees. 1, 2, 3 trees. Unless they grew at the same time, there should be now only 7 items left in that hopper. So let's actually go down, because that's what we want to mess down here too anyway. So let's first of all check out how many items are in this hopper, or in this dropper. It should be about 7. Okay, it looks like 4. Have grown since then, so I think I missed one, or maybe another one grew just now. Not really sure. Anyway, so here's where the items are being sorted from the tree farm. So the wood is coming out the red side, so normally wood comes out here. We want to set it so that when this signal is on, we indicate that the wood, it still comes out here, but we want to transfer it over to go to the charcoal making section, which is going to be kind of in this section. So we're going to have it go right there, and how we're going to control this is with an iron transport pipe. So iron transport pipe, there you go. I realized I don't have much on me right now, but I do have, well, the good thing about this is it's okay. I do have a gold gate. I guess I'll just use a gold gate for now. I have red pipe wire. So if this red pipe wire is off, let's see. So we can do this. I don't have a wrench on me, but that's okay. We don't need one. If a gold pipe wire is off, it's going to be. Ooh, we want to make sure that it's open. Okay, so if the gold pipe wire is, or I'm sorry, the red pipe wire is going to be off, we want it to be in the west. Yeah, we want it to go out into the west direction. So that is going to be the status right now. If the red pipe signal is on, however, we want it to go into, this should be north. Yeah, we want it to go north. So we want it to go north if the red pipe signal is on. Otherwise, it should be west. And so we're going to use that as the feature to say when this is asking for it, go ahead and give it to it. We'll connect this over here in just a moment. So let's set up our furnaces, though. So this is going to go, it's going to go up because we want to make sure that the furnaces are supplied from the top. And for now, I'm just going to put like 2 furnaces. It's not going to be, yeah, we're going to just use clay transport pipe. I don't think this can support more than 2 maximum, honestly. So this is because it's just not a lot of throughput of wood. So that's what that's going to have. And then we're going to have to power these furnaces with something. So at first, we're just going to power with charcoal. And you'll see in a moment what's going on. The output for these guys, I'm going to be putting it towards this direction. So just a minute. We're going to put it towards that direction. I'm going to shift-click so that the output goes this way. And the reason is because the output here, I'm going to say, and you do have to actually pull items out of a hopper, and I'm going to use stone so it doesn't interfere here. We're going to use, so that way it doesn't connect. Oops. We're going to be using stone, and we're going to say if there are items inside this, so if there's items in the inventory, going to go the energy pulsar. So it's going to pull out any of the items that are made in these furnaces, and it's going to pull them out, which should only be charcoal. And it's going to pull them out, and it's going to put them back into the furnaces. And if you, as we saw in the previous episode, if you supply furnaces from the side, that goes down in here. If you supply furnaces from the top, that always goes in here, and pulling out things from the bottom. So this way, all of the charcoal we make is going to first make sure that these furnaces have fuel, and then the excess is what actually goes out here. Yeah, unfortunately, you have to wait until now in order to speed them along, but that's going to be just fine. So if we need to add more furnaces, I can, but this is all we're going to need for now. And there we go. That's it. Okay, good. Oh, that's a clay pipe. I didn't want a clay pipe. It won't really hurt anything, but I just don't need it. Oh, and I actually can do it this way. Okay, so that should be good. And then we just need to hook up this red pipe signal. Okay, a little bit of a funky thing going on here, but that's okay. Let's hook it up just like this. Okay, and then we can connect it this way. And we should see this direction change from going out that way to going this way. So hold on. Let's connect the quartz. And then let's connect the pipe wire. There it is. Okay, so now it's connected because it's asking for it. And indeed, the direction is going out this way. Now we just need to wait for some wood. We need to wait for our trees to grow. And, oh, okay. So a decent amount of trees. 7 trees grew in total. Well, that's pretty cool. So once we wait for the trees to grow, then we should see that the charcoal will be made. So that's pretty cool. So now all we have to do is wait, and that's it. That's all we have to do. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wait for a tree to grow, and we're going to see what happens to the items that we get from it. All right, so I'll be just a second. We'll be waiting here. Guys, I hate waiting, so we're just going to use some fertilizer and grow our own trees. So let's grow. Wait, I'll grow them over here. It's easier to grow it. Grow. Come on, there we go. Okay, so we got some wood there. The wood should be traveling all the way down, as you see. Let's hurry up and watch it fall. Whee! And then we should probably also see this thing reset itself. That's what I would like to see. All right, so here comes, there's the wood. So you see it's the wood and the piece of dirt that came from the tree farm. There it goes. It's going through. It's going through. Gets nice and slow. That's okay. Come on. Come on. Maybe I should boost it along a little further, but that's okay. I'm just being impatient. So the dirt goes that way. The wood goes this way now because it's asking for it. And oh, we actually already had some wood come through. Cool. So this works. And then it goes here. And that charcoal is going to go back into the furnace, because that's what happens. And there you go. All right, so cool. This is working just fine. All right, so we have our little charcoal production. It's only a little production. This may not be enough to supply for our base, so I might have to figure out a good way of making more trees. And, you know, it might just be a multi-block farm in the end, but this should probably work for now. So anyways, that's kind of it, I think, for this episode. Let's see how many trees we would need to grow. Just one more tree needs to grow, so let's grow a tree. We have 23 fertilizer. I think that's going to be enough to grow at least one tree. And we'll see this thing set itself as the sun sets on my base. It's such a perfect timing. Let's grow this tree right here. Alrighty. Okay, that's the last tree to grow. Oh, we haven't got to. That's excessive. Okay. But anyways, so the tree grows. It takes just a second for us to... the signal should have been sent already. I'm trying to see if I can actually detect it. It does work. I just saw it work before. Oh, there it goes. And here we go. There's the lovely tree farm. I love watching this thing works. It's so Buildcrafty. I love it. Alright guys, well that's it for this episode. In next episode I'll likely have fixed some things in this tree farm, maybe changed a few just, layouts and whatnot, but otherwise that's it. We might actually do the wood processing next episode, but I think we're going to do something a bit different but related to our big project that we wanted to do. And here comes the saplings and the dirt. Isn't that cool? I just love the way this looks. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye now.